Hi. Had a minor issues with my microphone. Okay, so we're actually going to get started in easy pose or sukhasana. Today I don't have any props, just my mat. If you want to grab a strap or some blocks or a pillow to sit on, we're also going to be in tabletop for quite a bit. So if you want to grab a blanket to put underneath your knees, go ahead and grab it now. Okay, Addie, you got to get up. Come on, bud. Let's go inside. No. Come on. Okay, you can stay. Sorry if Atticus runs into the picture. He won't get out of the backyard. All right, so starting off in easy pose, wherever you are, let's go ahead and scoot any flesh out of the way and just get a nice seat here, sitting up nice and tall, taking your time. And then when you're ready, let's begin to pull our shoulders right over our hips. If you need to find that center point, you can go ahead, bring your hands on your knees, and begin rocking forward and back, side to side to side. Eyes can be opened or closed, whatever feels best. Again, taking a moment to settle in here. When you found that comfortable seat, go ahead, press through your hips and sit up a little bit taller. Allow your spine to grow towards the sky. And then lift that chin just slightly so it's right onto the horizon. You can gaze down at the floor, softly close your eyes. And begin to notice the space around you, maybe the feeling of your mat underneath your seat, or your pillow, or your block. Relax through your jaw and let tension just melt away. And then begin to take a body scan. You can start from the tips of your toes and work your way up to the crown of your head. Just noticing anything that you feel you might need to keep an eye on today or something that you want to work on today. And when you've completed that body scan, you can go ahead and set an intention for your practice today, or maybe your weekend, or just your day. Be anything, or you can just thank yourself for coming to your mat today, or send someone a little bit of love that needs it. Let's take a couple big breaths. If you want to bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly, you can. On your first breath, I want you to just notice where you feel it. So exhale wherever you are. Take a full deep inhale through your nose. Don't try to regulate it. Pause at the top. And then gently exhale out through your mouth. Now notice where you felt it. I felt mine in my backside body. This time, let's try to channel it all the way down into our belly so you feel that bottom hand rise out. So when you're ready, inhale. Belly expands. Pause at the top, relax your shoulders, unclench that jaw. And then exhale, completely release. Let's take two more just like that on your own. The last one we'll take together, the biggest, fullest, deepest breath we've taken yet today. So when you're ready, deep, full inhale through your nose, belly fills up. Pause at the top. Relax your jaw. Exhale, completely release. Ground down. Release your hands. Beautiful. You can gently flutter your eyes open here if you'd like. We're going to take all 10 fingers together and let's interlace them. Arms can be working together, but they don't have to touch. We're just going to take a few little wrist circles here. So just making a figure 8 with your knuckles. Again, eyes can be open or closed if you'd like. Moving slowly with direction and control. And then let's switch our grip. So your wonky grip. So it might feel a little bit weird at first, but that's okay. And then gently begin to take those crazy eights again. Come back through center and let's just create some circles. Try to switch directions. Might be a little bit weird, might be a lopsided circle. And we'll come back through center, unlace your fingertips, bring your hands out in front of you. Palms are opening. You don't have to spread your fingers super wide, but just stretch those fingers out. And we're just going to create little circles here. So rotating our arms in our shoulder sockets, just finding that range of mobility here. Try to draw your shoulders back. Maybe your chest lifts. And let's bring that chin onto the horizon if you feel like you're looking down again. Crown of the head is still rising up. Beautiful. And we'll come back through center. Palms face up, and let's drop our hands down. If you'd like, you can get a deeper stretch, taking your right hand to your left fingertips. Press the heel of your palm forward, pulling your fingertips back slightly. Switch hands. We'll come back through center. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Interlace all 10 fingers again. Hands come behind our head, and my thumbs are down the side of my neck. I'm going to lift my chin towards the sky and just gently take my right elbow to the right side of my mat. I'm not trying to go super deep here. Left elbow is lifting, and I'm keeping my gaze up towards the sky. Just a nice little side body stretch here. Inhale will bring you through center, and then an exhale will take you over to the other side. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, gently twist, left hand to right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, gently twist. Breathe here, don't hold your breath. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, gently twist. Right hand to left knee, left hand. Breathing here, don't hold your breath. And we'll gently come back through center. Let's take our legs out wide on our mat here. Toes can be flexed back, or let's take a few ankle circles first. Just rolling out our ankles. If you want to open and close your toes, say hello to them this morning. Shake out your legs if you'd like. And then we'll pause and find stillness here. If you'd like a deeper stretch, let's flex our toes back slightly. You don't have to really flex them back here, just a little bit. And then press through the bottoms of your heels here. We're just going to gently shift from side to side, waking up our legs before we hold any pose here. If you want to match your breath with movement, and inhale through center, and then an exhale to the left or right. Eyes can be open or closed. And we'll come back through center. If you want to slow it down, maybe hold it on one side, you can. If you want to turn your torso over your right leg and begin to gently fold over, you can take both hands on either side, or if you want to just drop one hand down, maybe you have a block underneath your forearm, you can. It's whatever feels best to you this morning. You don't have to go super deep, and you don't have to grab your toes here. If you want a side body stretch, maybe this left arm comes over top. Just taking your gaze to the sky. You can even have this bottom arm extended here if you'd like. Coming back to your breath. Finding a little bit of ease in that exhale. Maybe you find yourself a little bit deeper in your stretch. Come back through center. You can switch sides, taking the same variation you took on the right side. Reconnect with your breath. And a quick reminder that every day is different. So if this side feels a little bit tighter than the other, that's fine. And then we'll all come back through center. Let's bend our knees and bring our feet out probably almost a little bit wider than hip width distance. So my hands are behind my back, palms are face down, and my fingertips are facing forward. We're just going to gently windshield wiper our legs here, waking up our hips. Maybe one knee comes down to the mat as the other knee opens up. If not, that's fine. Just taking it slow. We're going to work on a little bit of hip openers today, a little bit of hip mobility. Nothing too crazy. There's lots of options. So you want to spice up your practice today, you can, or you can take it easy. And then we'll all come back through center. Let's take our feet out to either side, coming into our tabletop. Taking our hands right underneath our shoulders here. Let's take a few cat-cows. Inhale, belly drops, gaze lifts, hips lift. And then exhale, pull that belly button to spine, round your back. We're only taking a few today. You'll have another opportunity here in just a short while. Last round, wherever you are. All right. So we're gently going to walk our hands out one palm's length from where they are. Tuck your toes, making our way into our first downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale here. And then exhale, lift your knees, send your hips to the sky. And you can gently begin to walk out your dog here. Begin to pedal your feet from side to side. Rock your hips. You can shake your head yes. You can shake your head no. You can take a wide stance here if you'd like. Again, catering to your body's needs this morning. Be very gentle. Still warming up. If you haven't already, you can begin to cultivate that ujjayi breath, inhaling and exhaling out through your nose. You'd be making that audible HA sound on every inhale and exhale. That'll help you listen to your breath. It becomes shallow. It'll heat you up and just regulate your overall body and in your practice. So it really helps you out to hear that the noise of your breath. All right, from our downward facing dog, let's gently step our feet together, and you can gently walk your feet up to meet your hands at the top of your mat. Let's inhale, slowly roll all the way up to standing, taking a soft bend in your knees. Arms will reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come down by our side. Let's go ahead, roll out our shoulders here. You can get your arms involved. You can even take big arm circles if you'd like, if that feels better this morning. Inhale, we'll lift your arms or your shoulders up to your ears, and then exhale, we'll take them down and around. Switch directions wherever you are. Let's inhale, arms reach up. All right, so we're going to come up onto our heels. We're going to do some heel raises here today. So when you're ready, let's inhale, come up onto our tippy toes. Fingertips are reaching towards the sky. Hug everything into your midline and drop your shoulders down your back. Pull your arms back into the shoulder sockets. Palms face away from each other. As we exhale, slowly lower hands and heels down at the same time. So heels will come down to the earth when your hands come down to your side. Inhale, come up. Maybe you come up a little bit higher onto those tippy toes, waking up your ankles. And then exhale, slow with control, will bring you back down. Let's take 2 more on your own. It's okay if you fall out, just come right back up. Last one. Beautiful work. Let's all inhale, arms reach up, heels stay on the earth. Exhale, forward fold, slight bend in your knee. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold, plant your hands, step back into a high plank. Let's take our knees down to the earth and slowly lower down to our bellies. Heels of our hands slide back by our low ribs, elbows pull in. Inhale, lift up, head, neck, and chest, low cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift through your tabletop. Exhale, presses you back, downward facing dog. Go ahead, take any movement in your downward facing dog, walk it out. If you'd like to take one breath together with me, let's exhale wherever we are. Take a full deep inhale through your nose, belly breath. And then exhale, H-A-Ha. Beautiful. Go ahead, seal your lips and continuing inhaling and exhaling out through your nose. You're working on that breath. Again, pedaling out your dog if you need it. And when you're ready, let's inhale, come high up onto our tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, step, walk, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly roll all the way up to standing. Arms will reach up. And then exhale, hands come to our low back. Inhale, lift through your chest. Exhale, press your hips forward. Gently come back, small back bend. Inhale, arms reach up. And then let's take our feet out wider than our hips. I'm going to turn my toes out slightly. And then I'm going to bring my hands to my knees. I'm going to squat low. So my fingertips are on the inside of my thighs here. And we're just going to gently shift from side to side, waking up our hips, waking up those legs again, lifting our toes up off the earth. So getting a little bit of movement in here. That's a little bit of stretch. Toes will turn out as your hips spin to the left or right. Keeping your chest lifted here. Trying not to put too much pressure on your legs. So you don't want to hyperextend that knee backwards here. And then we'll all come back through center, flat back. So send your hips out towards the back of your mat. Take a bend in your knees, and we'll gently fold forward. Hands can come to the mat or to a block. You're going to stay in this forward fold just for a moment. Shift your gaze to the back of your mat. Allow that neck to lengthen, and you can grab opposite arms if you'd like. Begin to rock from side to side. Take a few more rounds of breath here. And micro bend in your knees, relax the back of your neck. Belly is working to your thighs. And then gently draw the weight of your body into the balls of your feet. Maybe your hips send a little bit higher. Get a deeper stretch here. And we'll gently release any grip that you have. Heel toe your feet back together to hip width distance. And then let's inhale, halfway lift. Reset that spine. Exhale, release. Take your hands to the mat, step back into a high plank. High or low plank here, it's your choice, it's your vinyasa. I'm going to lower halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, lift up, upward facing dog. Legs are lifted up off the mat. And then exhale, hold you back. Downward facing dog. Beautiful work. So we're going to gently come back down into our tabletop position here. Hands will come right underneath our shoulders. If you'd like, you can rock your hips from side to side here just to get a little bit of movement in. And then this is your second opportunity, cat-cow, or any other organic movement that you'd like. So waking up that torso if you want to take some circles here. Wagging your tail, maybe creating that C shape. And we'll all come back through center. Now I'm going to take this right knee and I'm going to pick it up and then turn it out to the side. My right toes are going to be flexed back. So we're going to take our knee circles here like we're a little dog peeing on a fire hydrant. So they can be big circles or small circles. It's your choice. And switch directions. Trying not to dump all of your weight into this left side. Trying to distribute it through your hands, both hands, and then your left knee. Let's come back through center. This right knee is still lifted. I'm going to kick it out to the right side of my mat. My right toes are facing forward now to the top of my mat, but we're going to take this into a hip opener. So we've done this before. Let's turn our toes out to where a corner of our mat would be, or the corner of our room. Now, the more intense you want the stretch, so if you want more of an intense stretch, you want to bring this ankle right underneath your knee, and you want this foot lined up with your left knee. So this is going to be super intense because it's a total 90-degree angle. If you want less of an intense stretch, scoot this right foot out a little bit farther so it's not quite underneath your ankle isn't quite underneath your right knee. So wherever you are, you can pick the intensity. And we're going to inhale, shift our weight forward, and then exhale, press our hips back, opening up this right hip here very gently. So if this is too much, gently shift your weight back forward and find what feels good here. You don't have to shift all the way back if you don't want to. Take one more round of breath here, and then we're going to add a little bit of movement. So when you're ready, we're going to take some hip circles here. So an inhale, we're going to gently shift our weight forward. And then exhale, we're going to take our hips over to the left side of our mat. Maybe our right toes lift, right leg straightens, hips reach towards the back of our mat. Then our right knee will bend as we come back around and up on an inhale. Allow your right leg to bend and straighten. Toes can lift. They don't have to be glued to the floor. Moving very slowly with control because you don't know if something might feel a little bit wonky at first. And then we'll switch directions whenever you're ready. Sticking with your breath. And then we'll all come back through center. Let's take our hands right underneath our shoulders here. We're going to take a little bit of a cat-cow. It's going to feel a little bit odd first. So inhale, belly drops as much as it can. Gaze can lift. And then exhale, pull that belly button towards our spine. Inhale, we'll take you down. And then an exhale, we'll pull you to cat. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Beautiful work. So we're going to sweep our right leg back behind us and then cross it over to the left side of our mat. So my toes are on the outside of on the left. We're going to create this C shape with our body. So take a deep inhale. And then exhale, begin to shift your gaze past your left shoulder, gazing back at your right ankle. It's okay if you can't see your ankle. Just work towards that direction, stretching out the right side of your body. And then we're going to gently bring our right knee on the outside of our left. So we're crossing our legs behind us like we're sitting in a chair. If you need to readjust, you can. Bringing your knees to your center line. Inhale, we'll shift your weight and heart forward. Exhale, sit your hips back. You're going to get a nice deep outer stretch along this right hip and right glute. So if you're extra tight today, gently pull yourself out of it, shift your weight forward, or if it feels good, you can sit back into it. Sending your breath down into that right side. Relax your shoulders, unclench that jaw if you feel like you're creating tension in your body here. And we'll inhale, shift forward, uncross our legs. We can rock our hips from side to side here. We're going to take a little bit of a plank. So we're going to keep our left leg right where it is, kick our right leg out long behind us, toes touch the earth, and then our right heel spins down towards the left side of our mat. Bring this left hand right underneath your left shoulder. Inhale, right arm reaches towards the sky. This left leg can turn out behind us like a little kickstand. Right fingertips reach towards the front of our mat. Deep, long side body stretch. If you want, you can lift this top leg, or you can keep it on the earth. It's your choice. Well, I'll gently come back through center high plank. Hold it here. Breathe. Drop your hips in line with your shoulders. You got it. And then gently draw your weight back into your heels just slightly. When you're ready, take an inhale at the top. Exhale, lower all the way down or halfway, chaturanga. Inhale will lift you up, upward facing dog or low cobra. And an exhale will take you back, downward facing dog. Let's gently walk our feet to the top of our mat by our hands here. A little bit of a balance to get us ready for later. Let's inhale, arms reach up. Come onto the ball of your right foot, and we're going to turn our knee out to the side here. We usually start from the beginning, having our knee straight here in this pose, but let's just try it a little bit differently. So we're turning our knee out to the right side, and we're going to gently lift our leg and flex our right toes back. So we're in our stork pose or ekapada, except we're not grabbing this big toe. Let's extend this left arm. Maybe gaze comes over these left fingertips, but relax your shoulders here. Breathe. If you can keep this knee in line with your hip, maybe both hands come out towards the side. Again, keeping these right toes flexed. Breathe, you got it. Inhale, come back through center. Knee is facing forward. Now you can pull it up into your chest. And then gently release it to the earth as you forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step back, take a vinyasa, or you can press back into a downward facing dog. It's your choice. We'll all meet back in our downward facing dog. All right, coming back into that tabletop position here. Hands coming right underneath our shoulders. If you want to sit back, give your wrists a little bit of love. I know we've been on them for a while. You can. And then when you're ready, coming into those knee circles here. Let's pick up this left knee this time. Go ahead, take your circles. Big circles, small circles, whatever works. And then switch directions. Then we'll all come back through center. Kick this left leg out to the left side of your mat. And right now, again, my toes are facing forward. My hands are underneath my shoulders, but I want to turn my toes out to the corner of my mat, or where my corner would be if my foot is off the mat. And then you gauge the intensity. So the farther away your foot is, the less of a stretch it'll be in your hip. If you want a deep stretch, bring this left ankle right underneath your left knee. Wherever you are, make sure this heel is in line with your right knee. So getting a quick stretch in here before we start the circles. Let's inhale, shift our weight forward, and then exhale, pull it back. Hips reach towards the back of our mat. Yeah, engaging the intensity. If it's too intense of a stretch right off the bat, shift your weight forward. Breathe and connect. And then when you're ready and you want to incorporate that movement, inhale will shift you forward, and then exhale will take you down and around. Again, allowing this left leg to extend, bend, and your toes to lift up off the earth. Moving with your breath. And inhale pulls you up and around. Exhale takes you down. Eyes can be open or closed here. You can be going fast or slow. It's okay if you're not quite matching up with me. And when you're ready, switch directions wherever you are. And then we'll all come back through center. Again, toes are still turned out to the corner. Hands are underneath our shoulders. Let's take a cat-cow here. Inhale, belly drops, gaze lift, hips lift. And then exhale, belly button, spine, round your back, broaden across those shoulder blades. Inhale, takes you to cow. And then exhale, pulls you to cat. Last round, wherever you are. We'll all come to that neutral spine. Let's take this left leg, kick it back behind us, straighten it out, and then take your toes over to the right side of your mat. An inhale will lift, and then an exhale will gently gaze past our right shoulder back to our left heel. Toes are connected to the earth here. Deep side body stretch along the left side. And we'll gently take this left knee to the outside of our right. Again, if you want to move your knees to the midline of your mat, you can. Legs are crossed. My feet are pretty far apart. You can keep them close together if you'd like. Inhale, shift your weight forward. And then exhale, sit your hips back. Again, nice deep side stretch down the outside of your left hip, almost fell over, and your left glute. Pressing the earth away from your palms here for a deeper, more intense stretch. Taking your gaze down to the mat. Lengthen through the backside of your neck here. And breathe into any tension points. We'll gently come forward, uncross your legs, rock your hips. Then we're coming into our side plank. So right knee stays down. Take your right hand right underneath your right shoulder. Left leg kicks out again behind us. Left heel comes to the earth. Toes on my left foot are facing towards the left. Inhale, left hand reaches towards the sky. Breathe. And then you can turn this right leg out behind you like a little kickstand. Maybe these left fingertips reach forward, deep side body stretch. And you can lift this top leg if you'd like. Reconnecting, moving slow with intention today. And we'll all gently come back down, tabletop position. When you're ready, lift into that plank pose. We're going to shift back into our downward facing dog this time and gently walk our feet up to the top of our mat. Inhale, slowly rise up. Again, coming into that quick balance here, our stork pose. So coming up onto the ball of our left foot, turning our knee out to the left. Hands can come onto our hips, and we can gently lift this left leg. Left hand can come to our left knee for a little bit of support here. And we're breathing. Maybe right hand extends, gazing out over these right fingertips. Relax your shoulders down. If that knee stays there, maybe extend this left hand. And we'll all come back through center. Knee comes forward. And then exhale, coming into Tadasana at the top of our mat. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Taking a Vinyasa here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step back, take a Vinyasa, or you can press back into a downward facing dog. It's your choice. Alrighty. So if you'd like, you can take a quick flip dog with me. Let's step our feet together at the back of our mat. Inhale, right leg lifts high, bend your knee, open up your hip. Take a knee circle if you'd like. Remember to switch directions. And then we'll open that knee up towards the sky. Gently take those right toes to the left side of your mat. Right hand reaches long. Breathe. Lifting your hips and your chest towards the sky. Don't let them sink down towards the earth. And when you're ready to come back over, soft bend through your left knee. Right leg reaches towards the sky. And gently come back down to the earth. Let's take our left side now. Feet step together. Lift this left leg, bend your knee. Open up your hip, take a few knee circles. And switch directions. And slow with control, open that knee up towards the sky. Left toes to the right side of our mat. Left hand reaches forward. Again, pressing through both feet and hand to lift our hips and chest towards the sky. When you're ready to come back over, soften through your right knee, left hand plants, left leg lift towards the sky. And both feet will come down back into our downward facing dog. Gently walk your feet up to meet your hands at the top of your mat. Sink your hips low, coming into our chair pose. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, sink low. Now you have an option here. You can stay in this chair pose, or you can take fire log with me, since we're working on these hip openers. I'm going to cross this right leg up and over our left. Hands come through heart center. And if arm balances are in your practice, you can take a flying pigeon as you fold forward. Hands come to the earth and create that shelf with your elbows. Maybe you begin to shift your weight forward. Left foot lifts off the earth. You can stay up here with me in fire log, or even if you're just in chair, breathe. Pull that low belly in. Allow the tailbone to tuck under. Wherever you are. If you are in an arm balance, make your way back to our fire log or chair pose. Now everybody will all lift up, stork pose. We were just in, knee is bent. We're going to take a big step back, warrior two. Back heel spins down, arms open onto the horizon. Front knee is bent right over our ankle. That's inhale, shoulders to our ears. Exhale, rolling back and down our back. Relax through your arms. Inhale, glide forward. Flip your palm. Reverse your warrior. Front knee stays bent. Weight is light in your right hand. You all come back, warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down, framing this front left foot. Back toes, our back heel is off the earth here, so we're in our high runner's lunge. My right hand is going to plant onto the floor or a block. Take a deep inhale, sink your hips low. Exhale, twist. Left fingertips reach towards the sky. Draw your shoulders back and down. Breathe. Let's gently bring that left hand back to the earth. Heel toe your left foot back to midline. And we're going to step it back to meet our right. All 10 toes turn to face towards the left side plank. Beautiful left arm lifts. Lift through your hips here, getting that nice side body stretch. Always option to drop that right knee. Left fingertips can reach forward. If you want more of an added challenge, you can take it into a tree. Wherever you are, breathe. Root down through your bottom hand. Press the earth away to lift you up. Hips are lifting. Then we'll all come back. High plank position here. Press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come high up onto your toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Step, walk, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly roll all the way up to standing. Arms reach up. And then exhale, hands come down by our side. So we're coming into 2 different variations of tree today. So you can take the traditional tree. So we're going to root down through this left foot first. And we're going to open up our right knee. Now, you can take your foot to your ankle, your calf, skip your knee, or your thigh. Now, if you've ever taken a traditional hot class, we're going to come into that tree today, if you want to come with me. Woo! So let's root down through our left foot here. Grab our right, and we're going to bring it up by our hip. So it's in our hip crease here on our left side. Our right knee is going to relax down. So we're all opened up through our thigh here. And our knees are working in one line. I'm going to keep my hand wrapped around my left hand wrapped around my right foot. And my right hand can come to heart center. Now, if you feel like that foot will stay, you can bring both hands to heart center. And if you're in the traditional tree, I want you to remember to press your foot into your leg as much as your leg is pressing into your foot. So everything is hugging up into midline, and draw your left hip in. Wherever you are, if you'd like, you can grow your branches. Arms can come out. Working the crown of your head towards the sky. If you want even more of a challenge, you can take this into toe stand. If you're in this traditional hot tree with me, begin to hinge forward, leading with your heart. Hands come down to the earth. Working on those heel raises here. Let's lift our heel up off the earth. So we'll be balancing and lifting ourselves up. Hands come on to the either side. And then maybe one hand comes to heart center. My bottom heel is still lifted. And maybe the other as we breathe. It's okay if you fall out. Just come right back up to where you are. It's been a while since I've done this one too. So if you are in toe stand, you can stay here, or you can meet me back up in tree. Wherever you are, breathe and reconnect. Ground down. Toe stands, begin to make your way back up. And we'll all meet in our tree. Wherever you are, we'll gently release our right foot. Go ahead, shift your weight to your right, shake out the left. And we'll all inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step back, take a vinyasa, or you can press back into a downward facing dog. It's your choice. We'll all meet in a downward facing dog. From our downward facing dog, again, you can come high up onto your toes, step, walk, or hop to the top of your mat. Sink your hips low, bend through your knees, lift your belly off your thighs, arms reach up, chair pose. Hands can come through heart center as we inhale, lift. Exhale, sink low, breathe. Again, option to stay here, or we can build off of this. I'm going to lift my left foot now, cross it over, fire log, opening up my left hip. Again, pulling my low belly in and allowing my tailbone to tuck under. Hands can come through heart center. You can reach them forward. If you're in fire log pose, option to take that flying pigeon again if you have that in your practice or you want to work on an arm balance. Hands will come down to the earth, creating a shelf with your elbows. Hook your toe around the outside of your right bicep as you begin to gently shift your weight forward. Maybe your left toes lift up off the earth. Wherever you are, breathe. You can play around that for a while. My chairs and fire logs, we got it. Strong legs, you got it. Don't hold your breath. Flying pigeons come back to fire log or chair. And we'll all inhale, lift up, stork pose. Knee is facing forward, toes are flexed. Exhale, hinge, step back. Warrior two, arms open up onto the horizon. Front knee over our ankle. Breathe and reconnect. Inhale, shoulders to our ears. Exhale, roll back and down our back. Inhale, glide forward. Flip your palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Hold it here and breathe. And then inhale, we'll come back through center. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to frame this front right foot. We're going to turn on our toes on our back foot. Drop your hips in line with your shoulders here. High runner's lunge. Left hand plants on the floor or to a block. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, twist. Hugging this right knee in on the ball of my back left foot. You can reach your hand out long. We'll inhale, come back through center. Framing this front right foot again. Breathe, you got it. Then we're going to step our right foot back to meet our left, spinning on our toes here, coming into our high plank. So all 10 toes are facing towards the right. Left hand plants, right arm lifts. Breathe. Woo. You can stagger your feet here. You can drop this bottom leg. Or if you'd like, you can take a side tree. Or you can lift this top leg towards the sky. Woo. If you fall out, that's okay. Come right back up. Hold it, you got it. Don't hold your breath. And when you're ready, we'll all come into a high plank and we'll shift back, downward facing dog. Let's inhale, come high up onto our toes. Exhale, bend your knees, step walker, hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Arms reach up. Exhale, hands come down by our side. Okay, so our tree pose time again. Rooting down through our right foot this time. You can lift up all 5 toes. Spread them wide, plant and root. Kneecap is lifted, thighs engaged. Tug everything into midline. Traditional trees, turn your left knee out towards the side. So we already have that rotation here. You can bring your left foot to your ankle, to your calf, skip your knee, or to your thigh. So remember, wherever you are, press your leg into your foot as much as your foot is pressing into your leg. Hug your right hip in and grow through your spine. If you're taking the traditional hot tree with me, take whatever variation you took on the right side. So don't switch it up here if you have already taken a variation. We're going to bring our left foot up into our right hip crease. Our left knee is going to work down towards the earth, and both knees are working in one line here. Lift through your chest, and notice what side of your body is a lot different. So I know this one is a lot different for me. So I'm going to bring my left hand to heart center. I know my foot won't stay up on this side, so I'm going to stay lifted. But if you feel comfortable and you feel like this left foot will stay in your right hip crease, you can begin to hinge forward, soft bend in your knee, take your hand to the earth, and begin to lift through your right heel, coming onto your tippy toes as you hover above your right heel in your toe stand. Maybe one hand comes to heart center, maybe the other. It's okay if you fall out, just come right back up. In your toe stand, your heel and your arch are working really, really hard to keep you stable. And you want your bum to just be hovering a little bit over your heel. So breathe and reconnect. Take your gaze out onto the horizon or find a different focal point. Test your balance. Grow long through your spine. Toe stands begin to make your way back up. Find some silence and connect. And then when you're ready, we'll all gently release. Taking our left foot to the earth, shift our weight, and then you can gently shake out your right foot. Coming back to the top of my mat, I'm going to inhale my arms up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Last round of a vinyasa. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step back, take your vinyasa. Or you can press back into a downward facing dog. Let's take one breath together when you reach your downward facing dog. Exhale wherever you are. Take a full deep inhale through your nose. And then exhale, H-A, ha. Beautiful work. Let's find our way down to a seated position. I'm going to take my soles of my feet to touch, knees fall open. Again, if this still doesn't feel good, you can always bring a blanket, pillows, or blocks underneath your knees. So you relax through our hips here. Let's inhale, lift, and then exhale, begin to hinge. Softening your clenching jaw, release any tension in your forehead. We're only here for a moment. And we'll gently come back up. Let's extend this left leg out. I'm going to pick up my right foot just real quick, a little prep before Janyu. So I'm going to take my right hand to my right knee and my left hand to the sole of my foot. And we're just going to take little circles here, almost like you're rocking a little baby in your arms. You can even cross your arms around your thigh or around your shin, your knee and your foot if you'd like. You can rock from side to side, or you can take knee circles here. Big circles, small circles, wherever you are. Just remember to switch directions. Then we'll all come back through center. Now you have an option here. Coming into Janu Sirsasana, you can bring your right sole of your foot to your inner thigh, or maybe your inner calf if that's what you're feeling today. Or if you are feeling extra into it and open, you can come into half lotus, bringing the same thing that we were just in our tree. So I'm bringing my right foot to my hip crease here. And if you'd like, you can stay here, maybe working on this. Or we can all inhale, lift up, and then exhale, twist and hinge over our left leg. You can even bring your hands down by your side here. But just notice if you are in this deep little stretch here in our half lotus. Notice your knee. If it's not feeling good, then maybe back out of it. So every exhale, find a little bit more ease. If you want more of an active pose, flex your toes back towards your face through your left foot and press to the bottom of your heel. We'll inhale, gently come up, gently switch legs, and rock your foot out. Then again, coming into that baby cradle, taking my left hand to my left knee, right hand to the left sole of my foot, and take knee circles. You can rock from side to side. You can wrap your arms around the bottom of your leg. That feels okay. Lifting through your chest and your spine though here. Not trying to lose any integrity. and that spinal lengthening. Then when you're ready, again, you can bring your left sole of your foot to your inner right thigh, your calf, whatever feels comfortable, or if you'd like, bring the sole of our foot to the crease on our right side here, so like our tree. And then you can begin to hinge forward. Wherever you are, you don't have to grab your foot. You can let your hands rest on either side on your mat and gently allow your spine to round, folding forward here. Eyes can be open or closed. If you want more of an active pose, flex your right toes back towards your face and press through your heel as you hinge forward. And we'll all gently make our way back up. Release this top foot. We're going to bend our knees, scoot our bum up to our feet, arms reach out as we slowly lower down. Bring my right knee into my chest, interlace all 10 fingers. Take a deep inhale here, and then exhale, pull your knee out and around your rib cage up to your right shoulder. Right toes can be flexed towards your face, and if you'd like, you can extend this left leg onto your mat. Flex your left toes back for stability if you feel like you're rolling around. Take another deep inhale. And then exhale, pull that knee in a little bit closer. Option for a twist, gently take your right knee over to the left side. Right arm reaches long, gazing over your right fingertips or up towards the sky. Wherever you are, allow your shoulders to melt down into the earth. Gently come back through center, hug this knee in again. And then option half happy baby, grabbing for the outer edge of your foot, your calf, or your thigh. If this is too intense, bend that left knee again. That'll give you a little bit more leeway here. Or you can keep it extended. Maybe you extend this right leg. Always an option. You don't have to. Keeping a micro bend in your knee if this right leg is extended. And we'll all gently come back through center. Give this knee one more good hug in. And then gently release the right sole of the foot to the earth. Left knee comes in this time. Interlace all 10 fingers around the outside of your left shin. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, pull your knee out and around your rib cage up to your left shoulder. Breathe and connect. Allow your tailbone to relax down and shoulders are working towards the mat. Take another deep inhale. And then exhale, pull this left knee in. Option extend the right leg onto the earth. Again, flexing your right toes if you need a little bit more stability on the mat. When you're ready, option to take it into a twist, or you can stay in wind relieving. So my left knee over to the right side of the mat, left hand extends, softening through my shoulders and my upper body, allowing the twist to open up on its own. Gaze can be towards the ceiling or over to your left hand. Gently come back through center, give your knee a hug in. Option for happy baby or half happy baby. Again, if this is too intense, always bend that right knee, right sole of the foot to the earth. Option to extend your left leg if you feel like it today. If it doesn't feel good, that's fine. Stay in happy baby or half happy baby. And then we'll all come back through center. Give this left knee one more good hug in. Let's bring both knees into our chest. Give them a few little knee circles here. Take our legs up towards the sky. Roll out our feet. You can roll out your wrists. Thank them for their hard work today. And we'll pull everything in and gently make our way to our Shavasana. If you'd like, you can set up, maybe work on your lotus pose if you feel like you're nice and open, taking it into a meditation, or you can come down into Shavasana. It's your choice. Wherever you are, relax and sink into your surface. Release any tension through your jaw. Relax your brow muscles and soften through your face, neck, and shoulders. Let go of any breathing exercises you are working on, and just let one thought float in and float out. Always an option to stay in Shavasana if you'd like. Well, when you're ready, let's extend our legs out, arms up over our heads. Get one more good stretch in today. Toes and fingers reaching in opposite directions. And then exhale, gently release. Turn onto your favorite side, cradling your head in your arm. And then when you're ready, gently press yourself up to a seated position, sitting up nice and tall, right where we started off. Hands come to the tops of our knees. You can take palms face up. Let's bring our shoulders right back over our hips, chin onto the horizon. Take a moment here to sit. If you'd like to take a body scan, starting from the top of your head, working your way down to your toes, you can. Or simply just sit for 1 minute with me. When you're ready, you gently flutter your eyes open. Thank you guys so much for flowing along with me. We'll all inhale, arms are open, reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Let's bow to our fingertips, return to our intention today. Again, thank you all so much for flowing with me. It's always an honor, and I will see you next time. Namaste. All right, sorry we got started a little bit late today. I couldn't hook my mic up, and I couldn't get Atticus out of the backyard. Anyway, thank you so much for sitting with me and flowing with me today. It was a little bit slower today. I was a little bit slower this morning, but you know, days are different. Anyway, I'll see you next time.